Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So I asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I heard is everything you already thought. Were you right? Were you right? I don't know. I don't know. But I tried the curly girl. It's only along my hairline that it corkscrews like that. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna just leave it alone. We're just gonna leave that alone. Anywho, I gotta hurry this up because today is Academy Day. Every few days is Academy Day. All right, let's get started. So I think this is gonna tap into like assumptions. This is gonna tap into what you've been assuming about certain things, whether you've taken action on it, on that assumption or not. I think it absolutely ties into it. Okay, here goes. I've been listening to Jesus songs all morning. Not joking. You say I am strong when I'm feeling weak. Okay. Here goes, guys. Should I pull from another deck as well? Let's pull from this dragon one. All right. Okay, let's actually start. So think about the things that you have been assuming, whatever these things are. Let's do this. Meditation. So it's almost like you're holding hands with whatever belief this is. You're holding its hand, it's holding your hand, and it's becoming this thing of maybe you need to recognize you've become too friendly with the belief structures, with these assumptions. I don't know if what you have been assuming is necessarily wrong, though. Okay. It's more of a sense that these assumptions, whether they're right or they're wrong, they're creating blockages within you. They're creating situations that really don't need to exist. I had to kill a bug. I think it's the same bug that's been bothering me for like a week now. Um, oh, I am so sorry, buddy. Please don't. I didn't I didn't squish you enough there. Okay? Put you out of your misery. There you go. Obedience. It's almost like there's this obedience to something that you really should not be obedient to. It's this sense of you really allowing yourself to almost like be played by. First, okay, let's ask this question. Let's ask this question. Um, is this a situation that you created in your head? I don't feel like it is. Let's ask another question. Is your opinion on whatever this situation is based on what you personally observed, or is it based on what someone told you, something that you accepted as truth without actually knowing if it is? Because, I mean, I don't know, it feels like this is something that's been affecting you for some time. It feels like this is definitely thought of over and over and over. day in and day out and day in and day out. And it's kind of just like, what is the objective though? If you're thinking about it so much, why? Is it because you need to find a solution? Is it because this is a situation that's I don't know. The emotions just feel so intense. The emotions feel so intense and I don't know why. Like I can't get a good sense of what you're trying to accomplish with this. I can't get a good sense of it. It's almost like this thing of, are you just holding on to it because your feelings were hurt? Which I mean, that is a valid reason to hold on to something. But if it's going to continue to hurt you, then it's no longer the thing that's hurting you. It's your thoughts about the thing, the event, the person, the words, the treatment, whatever it is. Right. So then we have to recalibrate, like, what exactly are we trying to do? Do we understand whatever it is that we're really, really trying so hard to accomplish? I mean, the fact that I can't get like a solid feel, that's usually indicative of the person not even really feeling anymore, like why they're mad, why they're this, why they're that. It's a very just like chaotic feeling. I can't stand this curl. I'm sorry. Have to straighten it out just a little bit. It was too much. I'm gonna tuck it behind my ear. There. It's just right here has a, it gets tighter and tighter too. Um, that's why I don't do curly girl method. I'm trying to hone in on exactly what this is. Um, but I can't. And it really feels like we don't even really know what's upsetting us at this point. We're identifying a specific set of events, a specific set of behaviors, treatment, whatever it is, maybe as just a specific person, right? But it's like, right, the stepping back, needing to have more introspection and recalibration. That's what we need to do, like really just take a step back. Like, why am I actually this upset? I don't know. So then why am I still allowing myself to be upset? Right? And for some of us, we really think we know, but in reality, we're holding on to like a component of this greater event because that's the one thing that we can really just like, there's no questions asked about that. But what led to that event? Say like, for maybe for someone, they are like, no, I know exactly why I'm mad. I was betrayed. Okay, but what led to that sense of betrayal? What led to that moment where they betrayed you? Well, what does it matter? They betrayed me. No, it matters a lot. It matters a lot. See, I'll share some of my life with you. Once upon a time, I had people betray me, and I was upset and I was hurt because of the act of betrayal. But when I looked at it, really truly looked at it, I wasn't hurt that they betrayed me. I was hurt that I betrayed myself because I knew their intentions. I knew why they were around. I knew what I was allowing myself to volunteer for and participate in. I knew it. And still I allowed it and I didn't listen to myself. I didn't listen. And because I didn't listen to myself, I allowed myself to participate and be accessible for something that eventually hurt my feelings. And it's this thing of like consistently having done this self betrayal. And that's why at the end of all of that, those cycles of people, betraying me, They weren't betraying me. They were doing everything that was already within their character, that they repeatedly showed me is an intrinsic part of their character. That is who they are. And when someone consistently shows you who they are, why do we act surprised when they show us to our faces by doing it to us as well? Gaze. Gaze says, maybe we are resigned to the feeling that we are sidelined. Life has changed, but circumstances require us to smile and be quiet. There's nothing required of you but to be a sovereign. You'll forever be in fear of or placed on the sidelines so long as you continue to make someone else your priority. I will never be sidelined. Why? Because I'm center stage of my life. I'm in the center of my lane. I will never be placed on a curb. That curb belongs to me. I have no business on the curb. I'm going to keep driving down my road. You are sidelined when you make someone else your priority, when you make their apology a necessity. No one has to apologize to me for anything. Why? Because I recognize you were brought into my journey for this specific event, because this event will teach me something. But just because I don't need an apology and I can understand that, that does not mean I am not ridiculously aware of your capacity and willingness to be malignant towards me. You're gone. You're gone. And that's kind of just how it has to be. You're gone, and that's that. Carrying forward. How can I ever be sidelined when I live my life in that way? Not this removing everyone because I'm afraid. No. I see what you're capable of, and I see that you're willing to do it. And then I see that you did everything that I needed for that solid foundation from which to judge you. You've given me. It's time for me to accept you are who you are and carry on with my life. And that's it. That's it. Success. Whatever is being attempted right now towards you is not going to be successful if you release your obedience to this. What Gaze wrote, this concept of being resigned to the feeling that you're sidelined because life has changed, but circumstances require you to smile and be quiet, that is a form of obedience. You have been trained successfully by another person to be obedient to their will, to their sovereignty. And that's what happens when you try and live in someone else's auric kingdom. That's what happens. If we look at the work that I do, so I'm primarily a parasitic extractor. I'm pioneering the field of parasitic extraction. And here's the thing, why am I so able to extract things from people? Well, I found that people who have parasitic struggles, they usually are people who allow things in willy nilly, just allow things in. I don't even need to be in a video session with you to do this. As a matter of fact, all of my extractions are performed via email. You don't know when I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to send you the emailed results. And that's it. Parasitic extraction at its finest. So, why does it work that way? Well, because, like I said, I've already identified this commonly seen causal factor. It's this thing of the people who often get breached repeatedly or intensely. They have this characteristic of being open to allowing other things, other people, other thoughts, whatever it is, something that's not organically a part of them in. That means I can easily enter your field and dominate it. You'll give me permission to. You don't even have to know when. You give me permission to. And because I've become dominant and I will not comply, I will not be obedient to the will of a lesser being, I momentarily become the king or queen of your kingdom, your kingdom. And I begin letting mofos know, this is your eviction notice. You got about 1 second. I'm charging up. Oh, I removed so much. I removed so much because guess what? I am not obedient. At least to nothing on nothing that seeks to occupy the density of flesh. I'm not obedient to none of that. I don't think so. It kind of makes me laugh. The thought of it makes me laugh. Um, I was looking at transcripts of old videos. I'm preparing to do a project, right? And I was reading the transcript, one of the transcripts last night, and I was like, even back then, I have this perception of me being someone who is fairly docile and accommodating, especially back then. Periods beyond or previous to maybe like a year ago, right? Anything over a year ago, like you could still get me to comply to things. You could still get me to accommodate you and be extra nice and all of this and all of that, right? And I was reading these transcripts, and it was funny because in this video, I had barely started on YouTube. And when I switched over to YouTube, like within a week, I had quite a few subs. Um, yeah. And it was hilarious to me because it's like, why do these people want to listen to me? Oh my gosh, this is so weird. And I remember thinking that I had to make sure I kept this balance between accommodating and appeasing and, really just being a people pleaser and also stepping into this new place in my life, in my journey, where no, if it's not in alignment with my needs, my thoughts, my perceptions, my integrity, I'm not doing it. And I started talking about how someone in the comments while I was live streaming says to me that they feel my messages are powerful and yada yada yada, but I needed to make sure I check myself and stay humble. What exactly is humble? Easy to step on? Easy to tell what to do? What's your definition of humble? Because if you had any idea of what I'm actually capable of, you'd understand just how fucking humble I remain. Every single fucking day. I remain so fucking humble all the fucking time. But see, people don't know this. And they don't need to because it's a journey for me. The journey that you're in is for you, for your learning, your growth, for you. And people don't need to give you permission. They need to really just continue to challenge you. That's what they need to do. They need to continue to challenge you to be more of who you are, how you are, where you are, when you are. And that's what I learned. That's what I learned. That the most powerful thing we can do is stop with the assumptions, right? Stop with trying to figure out someone else's mindset, where they're coming from, and all of that. No, instead, really dive deep into where you are coming from. Where are you rooted within yourself? If you're the type of plant that grows deep roots, but you're in a shallow container, that's going to be hard. That's going to be very, very hard. We look at bonsais, and it's like some of these trees, some of these species that are used, their roots go down deep, not spread across. And it takes years and years and years of training the roots. And before the roots are properly trained to create a wide base, shallow but wide base, what ends up happening is the tree has to be wired into the pot. That's how they get it to stay. They wire it in place. You are wired in a specific way, in a specific position, to bring the most beauty out of you possible. What makes a bonsai very valuable? The illusion of maturity, of being weathered. The older it is, the older it looks, the more valuable it becomes. The whole point of bonsai is to recreate the look of a mature tree that's lived hundreds of years in a small pot. The gravity of that external growth juxtaposed with a hidden totality of the roots. It's going to be okay. It doesn't matter if you're weathered. It doesn't matter if you have branches that have broken, parts of you that have rotted. None of that matters. It adds to your beauty and your worth. What you need to focus on is the slower perceptions. We're so quick to perceive the things that we want. Immediate gratification is one hell of a drug. It really is. Immediate gratification, this want right now, right now, right now. Like now, 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 now. I think one of the most profound things my clients learn from me is the art of patience. The art of patience. Because you have to wait a long time to have a session with me. That's why it's rare for me to cancel sessions, to reschedule. It has to be something really, truly an emergency of some kind. I think the last time that I had to reschedule something is because I got a concussion and I wasn't sure if I could defend my client in a session. I wasn't sure if I could defend myself. I got a full on concussion. I rocked my stars in my noggin. um, yeah. And here's the thing though, some people will be like, um, that's too long. I can't wait that long, which I get it. I respect that. It's a long time. And some people have certain things that they need to get done. But I promise you, everyone that's had that feeling of I can't wait that long, but they chose to wait. Every single time, you know what I hear? I'm so glad I waited, because every single time, you know what happens? The real event that they truly need the clarity and guidance for takes place between the time they book it and the time their session actually happens. That's when it actually takes place. Whatever you thought you were stressing about before, that was such a huge deal. I promise you, give it a couple months, give it a month or two. By the time we have our session, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I mean, you don't even know what happened between the time I purchased this session and now. You have no idea what's happened. It's been crazy. And then we can really, really get into the root ball of what you need to address. It works so beautifully every single time. It always works out that way. Always, 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 always. So, grove and wishing. I almost wonder if you've partitioned yourself to exist in a grove of loneliness, because you're lamenting wishes that never came true. I understand disappointment. I do. I understand feeling let down. Um, I understand having these expectations of this storyline of how things were supposed to play out, but they didn't. They didn't work out that way, and all of the feelings that go hand in hand with that. But you realize that the things that don't pan out are the things that you probably never needed. You probably didn't need that experience. What you probably needed is what your soul is bringing you to now, what happened after the fact, right? After the disappointment. So it's about really just allowing yourself to naturally feel. It's okay to feel disappointed. It's okay to get frustrated. It's okay to have the more negative, more dense emotions for a time. Um, what you need to be mindful of is staying in that space of lower density, lower emotions. That's what needs to be recalibrated. Feels like you're kind of being brought to some type of truth. No, Marlene, stop. So honesty burns like a candle in the darkness, lighting your way back to the truth. Is this you not being honest with yourself? I'm not sure. See this belonging and movement, staying stagnant in a place you no longer belong. House of night, belonging, staying in those shadows, allowing yourself to convince yourself you're less than what you actually are. Ooh. But this process is nothing more than the breaking down of the rigidity, those foundational principles that have allowed for the erection and maintenance of this condemned house of thought. This condemned house of thought is what makes it possible for you to continue to condemn yourself. So then comes this question: what exactly is your sin that you feel you need to be condemned? If someone else did that, would you condemn them? Or does the punishment not fit the crime? Spiritual crime, right? Was there even a crime, or was it a misunderstanding, a misalignment within the self, between the self and the soul, within the thoughts, between the thoughts and the heart, the feeling? There's like a lot of growth that's being pushed forward, and that growth is going to be very, very difficult if you allow yourself to continue to condemn yourself for things that are not worthy of condemnation. Um, it's very interesting. Forbidden. I'm wondering if you've forbidden yourself from moving forward. Have you forbidden yourself? Have you caused yourself to feel as though you don't have permission for the necessary movement? Yep, taking away your personal power, your dedication is upside down, you're grounded, rooted in this upside down experience from this summer. It's setting you up for this intense passion that's turned on its head to turn your winter upside down as well. You're about to pass up the window for something. Ooh, you're responsible for this upside down nature that you're in. Let me show you the cards. This is what Soul is saying. You've been losing your power because you've lacked your dedication to yourself. You've adjusted your dedication to take someone else, see someone else, receive someone else as your priority over yourself. Now, here's the thing: you're rooted, committed to whatever upside down stuff happened this summer. You are maybe disappointed by something. I'm not sure. Maybe a connection faltered. Maybe we should stop with the maybes. I'm wondering if that's what we need to do. Stop with the maybes and deal with the tangibles, the things that you can actually quantify and grasp. This is a very interesting sensation. I'm picking up on something, fluctuations in energy, an attempt to interfere. Excuse me. K33CP, you have a volunteer. Enter into formation. It's a very good exercise before a class begins. Enter into formation. Charge yourself up all the way. Beautiful. Beautiful. K33CP, all cycles, you have my full permission. I authorize you to use as heavy-handed a force as you feel is necessary in this moment. If anything attempts to view you, correct its behavior. You have my full support and my full permission. Your behavior and your energy must always match your intention. If you are not okay with someone else's behavior, your response, and your energy must be very clear in communicating your disdain of their behavior, of what's being attempted. And no, you don't have to mirror the anger and the rage. Did the screen just go weird? Hold on. Hold the phone. Did the screen just become like a cloud of purple moving across? Super curious if you guys saw that. I love it. Love it. Anywho, so going back to the reading, and yes, K33CP, you still have my full permission through the rest of the live stream. So, this passion, passion, upside down passion. I almost want to call it a rage. You know what I'm saying? Um, and this upside down winter, right? It's going to be something that will really, 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 really be a difficult process to be in if you don't do something about it right now. Okay. Were you right? Well, it depends. It depends. What were you thinking about? Were you thinking more in causation and effect? Or, okay, Marlene, go ahead. Go ahead. Say what you need to say. You're irking me, woman. You're irking me because I'm trying to stay in my place of peace. Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, he does. Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, he does. Jesus loves me. Oh, damn, Marlene. Just say what you need to say. Say it. Whoever needs to hear it will hear it. Okay? Just say it. Stop tapping my shoulder. Stop it. Lady, I'm not mad at you. I'm just frustrated because I don't like people tapping me. I don't like that. This, um, woman, I can clearly listen to you and have a conversation with you while I continue my live stream. Say what you gonna say. Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, he does. I'm just saying, Jesus loves me. I have to be good for Baba. I just try to behave myself today, stay in a space of peace. I'm gonna have class. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna do a live stream. I'm not doing expedites today. I'll do them tomorrow. See, life is good. Everything is planned out. You are responsible for the lack of stability in your life. You allowed something in the springtime to really mess with your head. It's time to correct whatever that is. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. I don't know what it is that you've done to me, but it's caused me to act in such a crazy way. Whatever it is that you do when you do what you're doing. Okay. Ooh, Mr. Beefy's over there again. Are you going to smite that dragon? Not all dragons need to be smoted. Okay. Space in reverse. Ooh, she's touching my hair. Just don't touch my hair. Just don't touch my hair. Not even one. She's taking one hair and she's kind of just pulling it, and you feel that all the way up to the root. Don't ever touch my hair. The grease on your fingers will go on my hair and it will touch my face, and then I will get pimples, and then I will be mad. Don't ever touch my hair. No, I'm actually very serious. Space, it's in reverse. So it's like this thing of whatever this is, it doesn't want space from you. It's coming closer. It's coming closer. What? We just okay. So something is coming closer, right? And whatever this is, whoever this is, I think this is like a repeat of something. Maybe past life, maybe this life, maybe you're being set up for something. I don't know. But Marlene is in bliss. Someone is cherishing the day when contact is made because look, someone's been out of their element for quite some time. They want to return back to the water. They want to go back to the mermaid. Pisces, if you're going to take someone back into your life, you have to make sure you know why. And if it's because you think they've changed, let them show you how much they've changed. A tiny bit of change is not enough. I'm sorry. I'm trying to control my emotions. A tiny bit of change is not enough. It has to be all the way through. All the way through. That's me squishing an egg. um, yes, you have to be aware of what you're allowing back in. Don't be so quick to just be like, oh, well, they've changed. They've done the work on themselves. No, show me. Show me and show me again, and then give me some time and space to decide. Show me and show me again, and then give me some time and space to decide. Inspiration. Y'all. Okay, so there's two levels to this message. Just Marlene, I'm going to need you to start a fund for my Botox because you stress me out and you're creating crinkles on my face. You're adding to the formation of crinkles on my face. These crinkles are good. I like those crinkles. The one right here that you cause, I don't like that one so much because it illustrates my frustration with you. I think you're a good person, but card number 13, challenge, standing up for your rights. So this is someone, it's almost like they're not willing to take no answer anymore. It's not something where they're not like a stalker. Okay? It's not like stalker energy. I don't know what it is. I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly speak. I lose all control. Something takes over me in a daze. You look so amazing. It's not a phase. I want you to stay with me by my side. I swallow my pride. Okay, why is that song popping in my head? It's not a phase. They try hard to fight it. No way can I deny it. They can't deny something now. I don't know. I think someone needs to just accept loss. I think someone needs to just accept loss. Accepting loss. Oh, so here's the thing. I guess they finally, whoever this is for you, has finally accepted that they can't accept the loss of you. So they're going to be persistent. Y'all, I hate how this reading is going because it's like, I feel like someone is being encouraged to keep up with their shenanigans. No means no. No means no. But then it also carries with it this like miracle making a difference. It carries with it this it's almost like there is this divine portion of the message where the ice is melting, right? Oh my god. There's ice. That was once ice. Hold on. My hair. That's my hair too. Hold on. I need to find the words to the song. Okay. Um, I don't know I don't know the name of the song. Okay. I don't know. It's giving me anxiety. Okay, let's see. So, Marlene, you're freaking me out. Quit touching me. I don't care if it's just my arm. Stop touching me. Um, yeah, that's the name of the song, Freeze You Out by Sia. Okay. It says, you know, I've been hurt before. Yeah, you know the score, and I know you want more. You want me to thaw out, but you know I get ice cold. I get cold when you don't go slow, but I know you want more. You need me to thaw out. Someone is trying to thaw you out, yo. They're trying to thaw you out. I'm not running away. I'm not running away. I'm not running away. I will feel the pain and stay. uh, She asked, why am I intentionally trying to sing horribly? Bitch. Because I have a coating on my throat. I'm detoxing. I'm detoxing and all of my lymph nodes are draining. All right. Um I don't know, y'all. This is some soul-based conversations someone is having with someone else. I'm gonna give them their privacy. Resources. So resources are being used in order to move forward with whatever this is, you know? Oh, good God. Card number 20, returning, going with the flow. So this is something that's circling right back to you. This is something that is circling right back to you. You're not going to be able to stop this. This is soul-based learning. Paladorian contracts are involved. Paladorian contracts are involved. They're being activated. Something shifted. Timeline shifted. Certain details were adjusted. And these adjustments that's a big no-no. All right. So everything this is a huge process that you guys are in. Excuse me. This is something that's happening on a human level. Mother Earth, patience and transformation in reverse. This is someone who might be rushing forward into something, into a situation of some kind. And it has to do with the human condition, the human experience, worlds within worlds, gratitude, and be fearless. This is someone approaching a world within their world. Like you are your own self contained creative energy. This is someone who sees you as a force to be reckoned with. This is someone who, yes, there are those who tie into this. They're trying to tie into it and they have malignant intentions. This is not about them. Kick those hoes to the curb. I'm just saying. This is not about a hoe, hoish behavior. These are not about demon whores. This message is specific about someone who holds the integrity that serves as the key to enter your space with zero malignant intent. There's this gratitude for your fearlessness of how this will play out. They're scared. I don't think you are. Well, okay, there's two energies. They're very, very similar, yet somehow different. So there's two energies, and one is kind of just like doing their thing, and the other is kind of just like watching you do your thing, watching you from all angles, doing your thing. Is I don't know. Okay. There's this attempt to take a time out, a break from this shadow self processing in order to reestablish the communication. What communication needs to occur? I think this is going to be telepathic, to be honest. You're too much of a wild card. Marlene says, you're too much of a wild card to safely approach. At least you know they're not dumb. Compassion and limitless. It's like you're needing to experience higher levels of compassion because of this limiting belief that's occurring. There's a need to kind of be more supportive in this process, right? I mean, I don't feel like you lied. I feel like people really need to be aware of the way they approach me because you just never know. You just never know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Um, what did I tell you about touching my hair? You're making me mad for real. What would I do? I'd bind your ass. I don't care whose mom you are. Don't touch my hair. Okay, I'm not gonna actually bind her. Um, I just need to. Okay, there we go. There we go. Let me just. Okay, there we go. Um, there's a lot of people who have hair like mine. She says she finds my hair interesting because it curls around the hairline and the bottom half, but the top half is a loose wave. There's plenty of people with hair like mine. We couldn't decide. So we sprinkled seeds of every type of hair into our heads. All right. She keeps touching in here. Stop. Okay. Kama of Kali. I know what you're doing, and I'm not going to do it. Just do it, do it, do it. She's hoping that if she continues to touch my hair, that I will get upset enough because Michael's not doing anything to protect my hair. That I will get upset enough to call Arkai in. You want Arkai? Go call him yourself. So, card number 38 is this card. This is card 38. Kama of Kali, she is completely and utterly in love with your divine essence, and in her love bestows endless gifts. Your path need not be one of endless effort. Connecting with pleasure as a path of personal empowerment with an intention to bring spiritual benefit to the collective through softening and opening your heart is an act of worshiping the divine feminine. Relax into the presence of what is as you slow your pace and make swifter progress. Yeah, she's being. Just. Okay, kama is a Sanskrit word that refers to the sweet stuff of life, pleasure, emotional fulfillment, and being completely present so we can experience life through all the senses. So it's also sensuality and physical vibrancy. Without the quality of kama, our experience of life can become dry, bleak, and intimidating, a joyless existence with simply more tasks to be completed. If we are feeling exhausted, lacking in the qualities of delight and lightness of heart, then we have become deficient in kama, sacred pleasure. In the realm of the goddess, the enjoyment of life is a sacred act of devotion, gratitude, and celebration. In the throes of profound challenge and transformation, we can feel disconnected from our joyfulness. It's as though it were akin to the bright days of summer and we are midwinter, wondering how it ever was that we could frolic about in barely anything when we now feel the need to cover ourselves with abundant protective layers. It's almost a sense of you having forgotten the totality of who and what you are, forgotten that you can travel and that you have seasons within yourself, right? Experiencing the seasons of life. This is to be expected during times of intense suffering when we are dealing with an issue that has elicited grief or anger. Yet, if we allow our minds to remain open to the possibility of joyfulness and pleasure, they can find their way through like the sun breaking through the clouds to bring us comfort. The oracle can indicate not only a more pleasurable way of being as part of your future, but also an offering of pleasure now, even if you're struggling to ease the strain and make the way easier overall. Allowing yourself to enter into a place of pleasure, just really finding pleasure in the small things, the mundane things, allowing yourself to witness what those things are and what it means to you. That's why they're watching you in your most authentic state, doing yourself, being yourself, being who you are. It gives whoever this is the highest degree of pleasure to see you growing and thriving and entering more into this, like, oh, oh my. I think this is someone who saw you at a weak point, where originally they saw you in a place of weakness, a weak point within your life and your journey. And it caused them to believe something that really it was an assumption. See, everything you already thought were you right. They thought you were like this wildflower badass. And then what you showed them was this vulnerability, right? And as you experience that vulnerability, they then began to wonder, like, did I maybe not get this right? Did I maybe misunderstand? Um, are they not the person that I thought they were? And time went on, and then they began to no longer be okay with your absence. And that's what happened. They no longer were okay. They couldn't Hmm. They couldn't ignore the sense of grief and loss because your presence was not felt anymore. But see, you're forbidden. You are like that forbidden fruit, I guess. But see, it's not this thing of wanting a forbidden fruit just because it's forbidden. It's this thing of being hungry and only that flavor will satisfy the palate. That's an issue. Accessing pleasure requires embodiment, a connection with the senses, and the subtle nuances of feeling and beauty. Through embodiment, it's easier to receive healing. It can manifest through the uplifting scent of aromatherapy, the warmth of a shower, gratitude for a safe and comfortable place to sleep, the sumptuousness of warm clothes, or a satisfying meal. It's almost like you are all of that. You are this uplifting scent. You are the warmth of a shower, like your energy showers over them when they think of you. They have gratitude for you because you're a safe and comfortable place to sleep, where they can just be in their most vulnerable state and still feel safe enough to sleep. The sumptuousness of warm clothes. You're like clothes fresh out the dryer. Like the energy of you can wrap around them like a freshly washed blanket. I'm just saying that's some good stuff. A satisfying meal. Their eyes consume the beauty that you are. The delight of playful silliness in animals. Like, despite this knowledge that they know you can wreck shop, you could just really um they also love the fact that you have this duality that is encompassed within a totality. You can be this soft bunny but also a lioness, and the two of those aspects of you can coexist together. Like you've entered into a space where your lioness will no longer attack and consume this little helpless bunny that you are. You're both of those things and everything in between. The nutty sense of humor of a beloved human, the simple appreciation for the flow of the breath. You are all the words that were left unspoken. You embody it, you live it. you ooze that truth. It oozes out of you. The openness of being that spontaneously occurs in response to an expansive vista of trees and mountains. You're the entire landscape. Y'all, this person is so madly in love with you, it's ridiculous. This person is so ridiculously madly in love with you. If we have a complicated or confused attitude towards pleasure, the natural need for it can be denied or repressed. Yet it will not disappear. It will arise in some indulgence, addiction, or peculiarity of behavior, which creates suffering because it's not the natural expression of the natural seed. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. The Kali of Kama helps us reconnect to our need for pleasure and its healthy expression. The oracle speaks of a gift entering your life from the will of the goddess. It's an invitation to relax and receive. Sometimes we may unconsciously attribute divine will with intentions to demand more and more of us. Yet divine will has our best interests at heart. When we need to develop strength, it will certainly provide the experiences necessary for us to do so, but it also provides sweetness and pleasure. Sorry. Sweetness and pleasure in the many gifts of the goddess. This is not an indulgence. It can actually help you make progress on your spiritual path. So, what's happening right now, it's not someone indulging themselves in you. The witnessing of you, the sampling of you through the witnessing, that's the gift from the goddess to them. So, to be able to embrace joyfulness is a gift. It provides us with relief and release when the path has been truly difficult. It's the summer to the soul's winter. To grow, we need both. The Kali of Kama is a message that we should not discard our need for pleasure. Much of what society promotes as pleasure is little more than embodied escapism that creates further suffering rather than healing. So, this is someone who they tried to escape the intoxicating essence only to find themselves surrounded with suffering, a suffering that they chose. And because of that suffering, the incapability of healing has crept in. So then it's become necessary for you to kind of be brought back in. The natural and enhancing experiences of pleasure, however, are a mystical medicine. We can only access it through presence, spontaneity, and connection to ourselves and life. The Kama of Kali is genuinely healing. That is how we recognize sacred pleasure through its effect. It has far reaching positive consequences and leads to more energy, commitment, and discipline as a natural response to the alleviation of excess pleasure. This teaching is not about becoming hedonistic or pursuing pleasure at any cost without wisdom or benefit. And that's the thing. Let me read that again and really open your ears. This teaching is not about becoming hedonistic or pursuing pleasure at any cost without wisdom or benefit. This is about understanding what truly gives you pleasure. It's this understanding that you are the answer someone has been seeking to every single question they have ever asked in their entire life. You're a living, breathing answer to an ever evolving question. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why they can't get past the knowledge that you exist. They can't get past it as much as they want, as much as they try. They can't get past it because guess what? After having heard you, this living truth, this breathing word, um, every other thing they come across sounds and feels like half a lie. That's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate because my perception of this situation is that you being seen as the answer to every question that they shall ever have through the entirety of their life, you are nothing but a reflection of what already exists within. Their fear of going within is the very thing that causes them to feel pushed out of their life, pushed out of their potential, pushed out from their happiness. They're projecting onto you a healing that they're capable of. Because this type of energetic resonance, this is a type of resonance that can only occur between counterparts. And if your counterparts really truly deeply, they're capable themselves of the very healing that they seek only from you. So then comes the reality of they seek healing from you because it's an excuse to return back home to you. How about find the courage to live in truth and return back with the knowing that you're back, not because you need me to heal you, but because you've come to the realization there's no other place you'd like to be beyond right beside me. Stop fucking around and playing games. Be honest. That's why you got pushed out. If you're cross watching and it's resonating, you're like, yes, yes, yes. How do I fix it? Stop fucking around. So you stop finding out how much you die every single time they're not in your presence. You're doing it to yourself. Be honest, be real, communicate that honesty and realness. Anything short of that is unworthy of a goddess. And if it's a goddess that you seek, you need to cultivate your approach to be found worthy to be in her space. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the message for today. Thank you for joining me in church. Give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I got to go teach my class. I will see you guys again tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Join me here for church. I think I got to go. Bye, everyone. Excuse me. Have an amazing rest of your day.